Looks like they're all ready to go. Of course, tech problems are ready. The online era takes no prisoners. Alright, interesting coming out of mouz on this pistol round, just all running down B. Vitality recognizes that right away. mouz are going to get this bomb plant down. It's a good pincer move by Team Vitality, realizing that they were going to send all of the players right down banana. Looks like Vitality just kind of came ahead on a lot of the fragging. Nice one tap. Yeah, Frozen in that situation really didn't have to go for the kill. Oh, it looks like the bomb's going to go off anyway, so he did his job in that case. Well, that was well played by Frozen. Even though he lost his life, he allowed the bomb to go off. I think RPK probably played that about as good as he could have. Maybe could have been a little bit more aggressive to try to force that and still have enough time to defuse. Probably wouldn't have had enough time based on when the bomb went down, but it was a nice little look anyway. Good fragging coming out from from Vitality in the second round. It was a different look that I've seen from mousesports, sending 3 to banana early. Kind of leaving Frozen laying in wait and Rops just getting information around that second mid area. Something I didn't see out of them when they were playing against Astralis. Different look, maybe it's a unique read on Team Vitality, maybe they're just trying something different. Maybe they just never had a chance to do that against Astralis. Alright, mousesports going full B execute here, they're making the noise, so they're not really trying to hide where they're going at this point. Well, looks like they got lucky and they found Vitality mostly planted up at A. They're at least going to get a bomb plant down. Well, looks like they come out fairly well on the fragging early. They at least got it down to a 1 versus 1. Nice work, RPK. Well, that was pretty well played by mouz, I suppose. They kind of gambled a little bit. They didn't really know what they were going to be in for when they went up to that B bomb site, and unfortunately Vitality kind of gambled and lost. They ended up winning the round, but in that 4 versus 2 scenario, it probably would have been safer to just split both on each bomb site. mousesports come out once again. Slightly different default look. This time they're sending more people mid to get control of that area. But it looks like Team Vitality is going to try to match it. Good teamwork there by Vitality to find that kill. Get up ahead on the player count early. Yeah, mouz have control of that mid area, and they're looking to keep it. Vitality have kind of called them out on it, and are sending 3 people just to take back mid. Hard to tell how much information Mouse got out of that. They should have got some information that Vitality was going to be coming there based on the footsteps. Ooh, now it's down to a 1 versus 1 again. Yeah, I'm not sure how much information that Mouse Sports got off of that. That Vitality had 3 people that they were sending down mid. That's just something that you'd have to gamble on. Once again, that's another gamble where Mouse could have doubled on back and went over to B, and it would have been a 2 versus 1. They likely would, and they get a plant here just off of good fragging, and they're going to win the round. Oh, that looked pretty good from both teams at the end of the day. Mouse keeping the pressure up, deciding to commit a lot of utility to taking banana. Renew that smoke. They had the smoke. They could have also done the coffin smoke. I'm not sure why they decided not to. A little bit sloppy by Mouse Sports coming into this 4th round. It's kind of a tempo play, but instead of making the default execute, they decided just to throw the 1 smoke down to block off the CT spawn. And then they decided not to smoke off coffins. I don't know, and I don't know what they were saving the utility for. Not a bad round overall, just kind of nitpicking a little bit. Vitality showing like they were on this pistol round for them. Yeah, anybody who wasn't able to save gun is on a pistol. Frozen's gonna find 2. Ooh, unfortunately for Rops, he gets taken out there. Yeah, see, this time they're going with that entire execute. This time, Mouse decided to go for that entire execute, even though they had already taken out 3 players of Vitality. I'm not... That had to have been some kind of mistake. Maybe they missed a smoke. I'd have to go back and double check that. Yeah, this is going to be a long defeat. Not much Nivera can do. Well, we don't quite have a full buyout of Vitality because Zywoo's still sitting on an M4. Haven't seen that off come out of him yet. Was very aggressive by Kerrigan. He was pushing for information, sure, but he didn't really have anybody that could back him up in that position. Yeah, I think that was just a mistake by Mouse. I think Kerrigan, maybe the comms were bad, but if he's going to push up for information like that, there should be somebody laying in wait to at least try to trade frag that. I like the aggression coming out of Vitality, though. And they're really trying to control mid. Yeah, now you can see how much Zywoo is pushed up for information. And you can see the way that Apex is positioned. They know it's likely an A-bomb site hits. Good call by Kerrigan, though, recognizing with Apex and Library that there's likely one person on B. Good call by Kerrigan, recognizing that. Still got a frag at the end, though. Yeah, unfortunately, couldn't get it done on the other end. Good round by Vitality to retake that because they were trying to do that with no utility, from what I understand. It's just kind of mouse sports dropping the ball. It's nice to see when you can win a round like that, but those kind of aim duels are something that you won't win every time. Chris J opening op kill on Zywoo. This time Bymass gets one, and just like that, Mouse has total B control. And they should be recognizing that Vitality's economy is in shambles. Deciding just to slow play it. Very, very methodical on this play. Trying not to rush anything. Rop's pushed up in apartments, trying to get some information, not going to find any. So in the mind of Kerrigan, there could still be defenders on this bomb site. So Kerrigan's going to go up by himself. I really do like this play. Because Kerrigan's going to get that information, now Mouse can walk in for free. If there is somebody there, the Mouse Sports still has a man advantage, and they'll be able to run and execute because they still have a couple of smokes and a couple of flashes. Solid methodical play by Mouse Sports. And Vitality really is in no place to contest this. They just don't have the money in the bank to rebuy. So 5th round on the board for Mouse Sports. Looking good so far. I like what I'm seeing out of Mouse on this T side. Vitality, unfortunately, are losing out a lot on these early trades, and then they're kind of sitting back. Okay, that's nice to see that opening. Well, this time the trading seems like it's going Vitality's way. Rops once again hanging around apartments. He's going to have to make a hero play happen. You can see what Mouse wants to do. When in doubt, especially when they've been losing these opening duels, is they've been just leaving Zywoo on an island over at B, and then Apex the Lurker. Just trying to cut off anything going in between, and he can make quick rotates to either side. That shot's going to give Vitality the information. Looks like Apex is not going to commit right away. I feel like if Apex is going to be hanging out in Library, he should work a little bit forward towards Archos. Because him being back in Library isn't going to help Zywoo out all that much. I don't know, that's not a complete positioning error. It's just it'd be a little bit more efficient if you were up at arches. And I know that they had deliberately given up that part of mid, but in that scenario, pushing up for information wouldn't be the worst idea ever. Well, this early aggression out of Vitality seems like it's catching mouse sports off kilter. Get 2 opening kills and are able to back off. At this point, they can play defense on the bomb sites. Yeah, just like that, RPK is by himself on the safe sites. Well, unfortunately, a little bit too aggressive with those pushes. Now Chris J is all by himself. Oh, the problem with that round is that Rops pushed up by himself. And so basically that allowed Team Vitality to get back in there. Now, more than likely, he is going to be able to convert that kill with RPK essentially stuck in that position. But... oh, sorry. In that position, it's probably just not worth it. It's probably worth it to play methodically. I mean, I know they were still on the clock. It just seems like it was unnecessary for it to be a single person checking that, especially when they already had the information about RPK being in there. Once again, we've got this sort of default coming out from Vitality where they're stacking 3 on A. I don't think Mouse Sports has got the information so far to know that this is a common setup. Looks like they made the right call. Yeah, I think Mouse Sports made the right call on that play, sending them through arches, presumably to go and do a B hit. It's not a bad pistol strategy. Didn't work, of course. Now Kerrigan's got to try to hold on to this gun. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of adaptation out of Vitality. It seems like they're almost embracing these kind of early trading now. Trying to be more aggressive, setting up people mid, setting up people top of banana. Trying to get those opening kills so that they can put themselves at the numerical advantage. Yeah, you can see that aggressive push by Zaiwu there. Trying to get a kill, trying to get information. Same thing with Nivira down mid. You can see Mouse Sports is playing a little bit more passively too, not playing quite so far up in towards that B-bomb site. Kind of backing off of mid until they can get some utility down. Yeah, Vitality likes playing quad. Once again, they're setting up 2 people, quad. Oh, Kerrigan's decided to double on back and go up to B. I'm not sure what information he got about where Apex was, but this is a good call. This could be an adaptation based on what we saw the last time they had that buy round, or it could even be from the round before where they found Apex pushed all the way up towards CT spawn into arches. I think that's just responding to what Vitality was giving them. Either way, it was a good call by Kerrigan. Yeah, unfortunately for Vitality, I think what they might have to do is they might have to commit somebody else B. Well, let's see what they come up with. Decided to take a timeout and talk it over. this time we see that mouz is going for some aggression themselves. They managed to find Chris J mid. Mouse Sports decided to go aggressive again after that timeout. Maybe they were trying to respond to something that they thought Vitality was going to come out with. Alright, here's that adaptation I was talking about. Now we're pulling the Op B. Yeah, unfortunately, this is kind of something that they needed to do. They can kind of get... Vitality can get away with Apex hanging out in arches and kind of CT spawn while there's 3 on A. But that's only if he makes perfect rotates at the right time and if he's able to find those kills. And based on even a couple of rounds ago, that pistol round, he wasn't able to trade everybody out. So that basically puts a lot more pressure on the B-site player, which is ZywOo. And even though ZywOo is a great player, the simple fact of the matter is holding B is hard at the best of times. There's so many, almost I would say, foolproof executes that just one person holding on to that is very difficult. Good opening frag. Frags are going to Vitality, so this was decent play and counterplay. You could see what Vitality, or you could see what Mouse Sports rather was going for with that execute. Basically, when they got the information that the op was on B instead of on A, which it has been through most of the round, they decided, okay, let's double on back and execute on A. Well, Vitality had kind of predicted that, and they'd moved. And they'd already rotated towards A. And they did get some good fragging on that A bomb site. This time mouz looking to rush A control. Good trade fragging by mouz there. Doing about as well as you can expect them, considering they only had a couple rifles to work with.
Bomb has been planted.
Not the easiest retake for Vitality here. They do have some utility to work with. That op does make things difficult. ZywOo trying to find somebody around the smoke. It looks like mouz have a pretty good setup here. Yeah, he knows where... He got the information based on the jump. Is it enough, though? Wow, that was close. Kerrigan should have held his nerve just a little bit longer. I think he just timed that poorly enough. He was close, though. You gotta give him a lot of credit. Once again, I'm not really sure what that push was from Kerrigan. Vitality, mouz already has the information that Vitality was starting to commit 2 guys there, especially early. They had always committed 2 guys. And they did have the flash thrown. It's just Vitality played that the correct way, where they had one guy playing anti-flash. Yeah, this is well played by Vitality. Kind of matching what mouz was doing on this play. And now RPK gets to roam up for free. Yeah, unfortunately, mouz is kind of trapped into this position. I'm not going to say this is completely unwinnable for them, but it is not a good place to be in. Yeah, they're just going to get picked off. Yeah, that early aggression by Mouse Sports just did not pay off at all. Forced by Mouse, they're going to try the same thing once again, and once again they're going to get mowed down. I mean, they tried essentially the same thing, and it didn't work. Again, I mean, I can understand... I can kind of understand the justification for rolling the dice because it's probably not what Vitality is going to expect a second time, but the fact that Vitality played that last round so well, and you have worse tools to work with as far as weapons go, it doesn't seem like it was the greatest idea. They do get the bomb planted though. Wow, Rops is doing some damage. Looks like there should be time. Once again, coming right down to the wire. Yeah, Mouse made some good rotates on that map. I think their calling wasn't really the issue. It's just when they decided to get aggressive, it seemed like it was a little arbitrary. And they were missing out on fragging big time. I mean, if there's one, oh, they're just, wow. They're just getting mowed down mid here. Wow. It just turned into a massacre. I'm not sure what that was out of Mouse. They just kind of all walked mid and died. Surely they would have had some kind of utility that they could have used there. Seems unnecessarily aggressive. Got some good trading though. Decent fragging on that bomb site, especially for being down on weapons. Oh, and Frozen didn't check the angles. Yeah, now they know where Chris J is. Yeah, unfortunately, that was just kind of a find the Chris J. They knew where he was likely to be. Now Mouse is looking like they're really trying to get banana control early. No, those pistols, this is looking like just kind of a gamble stack. An odd gamble stack, especially where they're lined up. Yeah, unfortunately that light fixture in a very unfortunate position. Kind of protects the terrorists on a round like this. And it also left Chris J in a very awkward position. Yeah, unfortunately, Vitality just finding all the kills as they need to get inside this bomb site. Once again, just better fragging coming out of Team Vitality. Even with Masuda and Navera, they've been doing a really good job. Yeah, RPK is having himself a game. I mean, he was stalwart on his A bomb site defense. Just fantastic. Alright, you can see mouz trying not to get too itchy on that rotates. Kerrigan's gonna work his way back mid. Those incendiary grenades have got a good wall set up. It's going to allow Kerrigan to get in decent position here, but he's got to be able to convert. Some damage down, and now have mouz over-rotated. Unfortunately, that kill gave them a little bit of wrong ideas about where Vitality were, because they had already rotated back around towards B. Good stuff coming out of the French squad. Frozen's got to be a hero here. Finds two, but is traded back. It's a 1 versus 2. Gotta say, good defense by Frozen. He's able to find two and delay long enough for the rotate to come in. If mouz lose this round, it's not going to be because they couldn't frag enough. I do like that rotate by Vitality. I think that Kerrigan was a little bit too eager to play that rotates. Once again, mouz coming out with a lot more aggression on the B side of the map as opposed to the A side of the map. Big push by Rops, gets found out. Yeah, Vitality don't know yet that this bomb site is wide open. They probably suspect it is, though. Yeah, this is going to give... Not only is Vitality going to get the round out of this, but they should also get the information about what mousesports is doing. That they're committing that many players to the early B bomb site defense. Yeah, unfortunately, Rop's being pushed up like that. I don't know if that's optimal positioning from him. I know you want to get that information, but you do put yourself in a very risky position, because that's exactly what happened. Is once you get him, then the bomb site's wide open. If you sit back into the bomb site and make Vitality come to you, then you at least delay a little bit longer. I mean, it's not that that's the bad play, it's just that it's a risk, and there's a trade-off to be had. You can either play into the bomb site, in which case it's safer. Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to catch him off guard. You know, you're not going to be able to get that many kills out of it. But you're more likely to delay a little bit longer. This time, Vitality is going to get their kill, and then they're going to walk away. Ooh, unfortunate. Once again, that positioning by Rops is... That positioning by Rops is kind of leaving them wide open. Yeah, based on what happened the last two rounds, he should probably stick inside the bomb site. Because it's the combination of... He's getting found out by this Team Vitality pushes, and he's kind of too valuable a player to have doing that. Zaiwu finding himself an entry into the site. Now it's Kerrigan all by himself. However, I don't think Kerrigan realized that he didn't have the bomb. Yeah, that was once again over-aggression by Mouse Sports. Rops can play up closer in the bomb site if he's got some support, or if the rest of the team is compensating, but the rest of the team isn't compensating. Aggressive positioning by Mouse doesn't pay off right there. Now the bomb site is wide open for Vitality. This is starting to look pretty desperate for Mouse Sports. They're still going to be behind in the economy. They're about to be 8 rounds down, and they haven't really shown a whole lot on the CT side. Could be a short map. There's the timeout. I was about to ask why Kerrigan wasn't calling that timeout. Well, they managed to get a decent buy together. Yeah, unfortunately that molly that was thrown there wasn't able... Unfortunately that molly thrown there was way too deep. It wasn't able to stop this push coming in from RPK. I mean, RPK is just kind of mowing him down. Yeah, unfortunately that counter molly that they threw was too deep and RPK was able to get past it. So then when they pulled that boost over the wall, it was already too late and Vitality had a guy in perfect position to counter it. Yeah, Mouse Sports just very stale in their play. Vitality just had the read on what they were doing and Mouse kind of refused to adapt here. Yeah, this is a lot different looking Mouse Sports team than that team that I think they 16-6 Astralis on this map. Looking a bit more sloppy, a little bit less like we would expect out of Kerrigan.